Welcome back to the world that was, and today's battle between the High Elves and the Ogre Kingdoms. Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for joining us. If you follow us on Instagram, which you all definitely should, you'll be aware that about a month ago I posted some pictures of a new High Elf army which I've managed to get my hands on, and today is their debut. If you saw that post, you'll also be aware that the quality and standard of the models in that army was wide-ranging, to put it mildly. The project of having a half-decent High Elf army painted to our usual standards, ready for the tabletop, has taken a lot longer than I thought, but didn't want to leave you guys waiting any longer, so they are going to get some action today. So the High Elf army that's playing today is basically all the models from that job lot that I got, who are tabletop ready, really. A few of them have had to have a few touch-ups and tweaks, a few little running repairs, but essentially these are the better models that came out of that box. It's not really what you'd call a proper army. So, because of that, we're going to play the mission Heroic Last Stand from the narrative section of the big rulebook. That's perfect for us because it means that the defenders only get a third of the attacker's troops. That's going to be the High Elves, so they only need a third size of the army. And they don't have to follow the normal restrictions with 25% core, no more than 25% rare, etc, etc. So it seems perfect for the first chance to get the High Elves out on the table, as their model count doesn't really matter and their composition doesn't matter. We've made a few tweaks to the mission today. As I said, the High Elves really should only get a third of the points. We've got 3,000 points of Ogres, so it should only be 1,000 points of High Elves. However, as you'll see from the army lists, if you were given 1,000 points and told you can pick any High Elves that you want, you would not pick the models that we've got today. So the High Elf army is actually 1,350-ish, I think, points. We think that's perfectly fine, as the models that are in it are not the models that you'd probably really want having your heroic last stand against massively vast and outnumbering foes. So that's a slight little tweak, and that's why when you see the army lists, don't sort of think, gosh, he hasn't got a clue what he's doing with High Elves, which, to be honest, I probably don't. But that's why the army lists, certainly the High Elf one, is not perhaps as competitive as it could be. So let's take a look at both the armies. And this is the High Elf army making its last stand. Got an Archmage using the Law of Shadow. He's level 4 with the Book of Health and Talisman of Endurance. Got the named character Coril, with the standard loadout that he comes with. And we have a Noble who is riding a Griffin with the Swooping Strike upgrade. The Noble's got heavy armor and a lance. He's also carrying Charm Shield and Talisman of Preservation. Have another Noble, also with heavy armor. He's got Dawnstone, Enchanted Shield, and Sword of Might. He's on foot. Got a unit of 5 Elian Reavers with the bows and spears, and a unit of 10 Spearmen with a full command in there. Unit of 17 Swordmasters. They've got a full command and are also carrying the Banner of Eternal Flame. The Ogre Horde, hoping to destroy the elves. Slaughtermaster, level 4. He's got Law of the Great Maw, Armour of Destiny, Earthing Rod, and an Iron Fist on him. And the General is the Tyrant with heavy armour. He's got the Dragonbane Gem, Enchanted Shield, Sword of Bloodshed, and the Giant Breaker Big Name. Got a Bruiser BSB, carrying a great weapon. He's got a Luckstone and the Armour of Silvered Steel. And there's a level 1 Firebelly. He's got the Dispel Scroll and also a Potion of Speed. Got a unit of 10 Iron Guts with full command, Standard Discipline, Lookout Noblar, and a unit of 10 Ogres. Again, full command and Lookout Noblar. In the special, we've got 2 Grimhorn Rhinox Riders. They've got heavy armour and Iron Fist. There's no command upgrade on them. And 2 squads of 4 Lead Belchers. There's also a Sabertusk Cat in there. And in the rare, Noblar Scrap Launcher, Iron Blaster, and a Stonehorn. And this is how things look at the start of the first turn. Elves all in the middle. Safe to say, things look pretty bleak for them. Majority of the Ogre army is down on this side. Big unit of the Bulls with Firebelly and Slaughtermaster, Stonehorn, Kitten all the way out here, just trying not to cause any trouble, and the Scrap Launcher there with the Elves, or what's left of them, bunched up in the middle. Pretty obvious that the Elves are going to be slaughtered here, but they can still win the game. If they can still survive until turn 5 or 6, they earn a draw. And if by some miracle they've still got non-fleeing models alive in turn 7, they win. And depending on how many more turns after that they can go on for, depends how much of a victory they manage to get. There's also a couple of other special rules of this mission. There is a standard in the middle of the hill, which is that black standard there with a flag. Any of the elf units that are within 6 inches of it are unbreakable. So that's pretty helpful for them if they stay around the centre. And there's an incentive to stay around the centre because at the start of their turn, any unit that is more than 12 inches outside the deployment zone, which is like an 18-inch square around the middle, has to take a leadership test on a -2. And if they fail it, they're just instantly destroyed as they've fled the battlefield. And the Ogres also get to recycle their core troops. So the Iron Guts and the Bulls, if and when they're destroyed, they get to come back on as reinforcements, although obviously any characters that are with them won't get to come back. So those are some of the tweaks for this mission. It's High Elves who are going to have the first turn. Elves, turn 1, coming up. Turn 1 movement is complete for the Elves. A little bit of shuffling in the middle. Swordmasters have gone backwards just to keep that distance from the Iron Guts. The Spearmen have just turned around and again also shuffled back a tiny bit to keep the distance. General on his Griffin has flown out to the side. He's out of line of sight of these guys from their arc, so he's lining himself up potentially for some charges there. And the Ilian Reavers, if I'm saying that right, have put round to put themselves as a bit of a target for a charge, just to draw those Bulls out the other way. Going into Winds of Magic. It's a 3 and a 1. Can I channel any dice? Nope, I can't. Kicking off the magic phase. Don't have very many power dice, so I'm going to try a Pit of Shades, and I'm going to go for this unit here. Thought process being that if I can get them to flee and panic, it might cause panic throughout the lines. And if I kill these guys, they end up coming back anyway. I don't really have enough dice to be casting more spells, so I'm just going to have to go for it with that one. Can I get it off? I can re-roll any 1 dice. Thanks to my Book of Health. So I'm going to re-roll this one. 2. I don't think that's cast. Disappointing as the magic phase was, shooting fared slightly better. The one unit that I've got which can shoot, the Ilian Reavers over here, managed to do 2 wounds to one of the Bulls over on the unit on that side. That's it for turn 1 for the Elves. So they've survived 1 turn. Let's see how the Ogres are going to respond. Ogres, turn 1, and we've got a few charges coming in. What are you doing first?
We've got Rhinox into the Spearmen.
I will hold.
And Ogres into the Swordmasters.
Yeah, I completely overlooked the fact that as I was backing away from that big scary unit, there was, of course, a unit behind who are not taking the bait of the Reavers. Okay, so the Rhinox down here need a 9. Can they make it in? Oh, just made it in. Okay, the big unit at the back. 9 as well. Yeah, they've both made it in. Oh dear, this is not a good start. Maybe turn 1 is all we're going to get on this game. Okay, we'll get those guys moved and get the other movement done. Charges have gone home and the rest of the ogres have moved forward. The noose is closing around this High Elf army. To be honest, I don't think you had really many options of this army, did you? The 2 main blobs are in combat and all the stuff on this side is struggling to get over here. But Iron Blaster is lined up down for a shot over here, as are this unit of Lead Belchers. Other unit of Lead Belchers lining up for the Mage. Stonehorn has moved round, lining up those Reavers next turn. And the Scrap Launcher and Saber Tusk are just chilling out down the back, really. Okay, kicking off Magic Phase. What are we doing first?
Slaughtermaster, and we are doing the Troll Guts.
Okay, just so you know, I do have the Banner of Eternal Flame on my Swordmasters.
Well, we shall probably do
A rethink.
Bull Gorger.
Okay.
Ta-da!
How many dice are you throwing on it?
3.
Okay. Oh, wow, that's pretty good, isn't it? 10, 16, 20. This is +1 strength, isn't it? 3, 6, 9. Still leave you with 4 dice. What you can do, make yourself stubborn, and that's about it. Yeah, I'm going to throw all my dice at it to try and dispel. I can re-roll a single one if I need to. That's what, 7, 15, 17, 21. Just dispelled.
Spine Marrow on himself.
Okay, just before you roll, we need to do your lore attribute for the last time. Hey, you've taken a hit. Let's see if I can wound you. Strength 6, toughness 5, I think, as Slaughtermaster. What armor save and inbund do you have on there? We'll double check. Yeah, he's got the Armor of Destiny, so it's a 4-up ward save for him. Oh. No, he's lost 1 wound. Okay, I'll take that. Still got 4 dice though, so now you're doing your Spine Marrow on the unit, make them stubborn. 10, 15, 19, that is cast. There's not a lot I can do about that, and I don't think I've got a Dispel Scroll actually, to be fair. Let's try and do your lore attribute on that one. Yeah, so you're going to get +1 and you recover a lost wound, which is the wound that you just lost. Okay, let's come back for some shooting. Shooting phase, starting with your Iron Blaster.
Yep, we're going for the Griffin.
Okay, how far is he firing?
6 inches.
6, okay. I'm so pleased to see that it's not just me who has the issue with that dice. What have you done to yourself? We'll double check what he's done there. Other unit of Lead Belchers into my Mage.
Yes.
Okay, how many shots do they get?
4.
Okay, that's pretty good as well, isn't it? What's that? 8, 9, 14 shots. We'll get those rolled up. Michelle is being incredibly generous and said that this little smidge of wall we are going to count as hard cover. I mean, I need all the help I can get in this. Does mean that with the long range modifier hitting on 7s. A few 6s in there. Not bad. Definitely above average. And then 4s. Okay, only 1. I'll take that. And then to wound, you're going to be on 3s. I think I'm only toughness 3. Yep. I don't have any armor. It's just going to be on my ward. Yes, which I've passed. Moving into combat, starting with the Rhinox Riders on those hapless Spearmen. The impact hits are going to come first. It's 2d3 plus 1 each. How many do you get? 3, 4. Okay. And you're winning on 2s. That's 3 Spearmen who are mulched. But thanks to my always strike first, it's going to be me swinging against you first. Let's see if I can do anything to them. Kicking off with the Noble who's in there with his always strike first and initiative 7. I'm going to be re-rolling my failed hits. on hitting on 3s anyway, but they've all hit. He's got a Sword of Might, putting him at strength 5, looking for 4s to wound. Oh, yes, that is 3 wounds that have gone through on your Rhinox. It's a -2. Can you make any of the saves? You definitely failed 2 of them, possibly the 3rd. So the Rhinox are loaded out with a 1+ save, so the 3 was a pass, but it is 2 wounds that have been suffered on one of them, which is definitely a start for me. And I do now have 8 attacks coming in from the spearman behind to try and finish them off. I can re-roll my misses. Thank you. I think you're probably the same weapon skill as me. I think we're both weapon skill 4. We are, so the 3 does miss. I am a lowly strength 3 though, and your toughness 5, so 6 is to wound. That's 1 more wound. Can I finish off? Well, 2 wounds left, so no, I can't finish off, but can I do any damage to him? No, it's a 4. He's absolutely fine. Okay. They did a bit. I don't think they've done enough. Let's see if the Rhinox mulch him. Rhinox are swinging back. How are you splitting the attacks here?
50-50, so 10 on the spearman.
Yeah, 1 guy into the spearman, 1 guy into the noble. Okay, we'll do the guy on top of the Rhinox first then, as he is initiative 3. So his 5 attacks onto the spearman. Okay, not brilliant, but you got 3 hits there. Strength 5, toughness 3, looking for 2s to wound. Yep, that is 3 on a -2, so I'm not going to get a save, but I will get... Oh no, I don't get a parry, that's a lie, so beg your pardon. That is 3 more that are killed. And the Rhinox that he's riding with their 5 attacks, can he finish me off? Yeah, he's pretty angry as well. Again, you're looking for 2s. Oh, 1 is left. Unit champion is... I'll move them in a minute, they're all going to fall over. Unit champion is still standing. Okay. Let's see how the noble fares. So again, we're going to have to split them, I think, because my noble is weapon skill 6. So I might be able to roll them all at the same time.
Here we go.
Roll them all together, looking for 4s. Okay, things are looking a little bit bleak for this chap. And looking for 2s. You might be able to cut down half the wounds on it, but he's still only toughness 3. Ooh, that has helped. Okay, so what have you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds that have gone through. Heavy armor and the enchanted shield. So I also have a Dawnstone. Give me a rerollable 3, which with your strength becomes a rerollable 5. Okay, that's a good start. Get to reroll these. I just need 1 of these to be a 5 up, and he survives. Oh, no! He's cut down. Okay. Oh, you're going to get your stomps on me as well, aren't you? Right, well, we'll get your 2 stomps to finish off that unit champion. He is the only one that's left. Yeah, he's dead. So with the spearmen cut down, the Rhinox have overrun forwards as they had to do. There was no dangerous terrain issues for them going over the wall, and they stopped just short of hitting the other unit. The second dice is just to prop him up because of the hill. There's no panic for the mage because he's within 6, so he's unbreakable and immune to psychology, etc., etc. Moving us on to the next combat. And I'm issuing a challenge with Coril. Coril? How do you reckon you say that?
Corhill.
Corhill? I think it's probably Coral or something, isn't it? Like coral, the stuff.
Corhill.
Anyway, he's issued a challenge which has been accepted by the champion guy in the Bulls unit. I'm swinging first. Weapon skill 6. I'm always strike first. I'm a much higher initiative than you, so these are re-rolling. I'm hitting you on 3s. They've all hit. I get +2 strength, put me on strength 6, winning you on 2s. Oh, this is a very dead champion, methinks. That's 4 parry saves, because you're not getting any armor save off this. Looking for 6s. Can you make any of them? No. Champion is cut down. Well done. And we then strike on initiative order, because I have great weapons, but I'm higher initiative than you. So it's going to be my sword masters to swing next. Just before we do the Swordmaster's attacks, the eagle-eyed amongst you will be shouting at me that I forgot to do the impact hits for the bulls. We've remembered it and we've just done them now. 3 of them managed to wound, so 3 of the Swordmasters were slain before they got a chance to swing. 2 attacks each though. I've got 8 attacks coming back into the bulls. Don't get to re-roll those this time because I don't have the always strike first and higher initiative because of the great weapons, but that's pretty good. And this puts me on strength 5, so I'm looking for 3s to wound. Oh, that's an ugly roll. Okay, you've got 2 more parry saves. Yeah, 2 more failed, so that's the guy that was on 1 wound dead, and a power next to him down to 2. Ogres are swinging back, starting with a fire belly.
Yep, here we go, doing a breath weapon.
Using his breath weapon on it. Oh, 12! Ouch! Okay. This is going to really, really hurt. Strength 4, isn't it? And I'm only toughness 3, so you're looking for 3s.
Let's smash it.
Oh, that's an equally poor roll for that, really, isn't it? How many have you got in total? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got heavy armor, so these are on 6s. Save 1, but 4 of them are slain. Okay, and then you've got the 4 attacks that he has normally with his additional hand weapon. What's your weapon skill? To do a 5 is any weapon skill? 3. That's naff, isn't it? So you got 2 hits, and your strength 5 or more, aren't you? So you're gonna be wounding me. Yes, 2 more. Oh, sorry, take my armor saves for those 2. No. All of the bulls and the Slaughtermaster in the second rank have made their attacks now. They've managed to get a total of 6 wounds through onto my Swordmasters. It's -1, they're all strength 4, so I'm saving these on 6s. Only 1. That's 5 more Swordmasters who are cut down. And then we've got the 4 stomp attacks coming in as well. Yeah, which is another 4. Can I save these on 6s? Oh, only 1. That's another 3. Not many Swordmasters left now. No Swordmasters left, in fact. There are only 8 left, which the combination of attacks and stomps have just finished off, meaning that you got something ridiculous like 17, 18, 19, 20 odd points of combat res and far outscored me, but thanks to that planted banner I am still unbreakable, so I'm going to stay there and keep chopping my way through some ogres. That takes us to the end of turn 1. Pretty devastating for the elves. The 2 infantry blocks have been killed. We've got the general on his griffin over here. He's going to have to do some work. Elliam Reavers really need to do some work, and a mage is going to have to be better than not casting anything. I don't think I'm going to make it to turn 5. Elves turn 2 and the movement phase is complete. If I can hold out to the end of this turn, then I have at least avoided a crushing attacker victory, which would be something. So movement, the noble on the griffin has charged into the ogres. I was considering holding off another turn to try and line up some flank charges, but I think they'll keep turning, and time is not something I have much of. Archmage has just jumped over the wall, stood behind here, so he's hopefully avoiding any charges next turn. And the Reavers have run around to make a nuisance of themselves behind the stone horn. They are still within 12 inches of the deployment zone, so they don't need to take the leadership test, likewise for the general. With a successful channel, I've got 10 power dice. Going to start with Enfeebling Foe down on the big unit of bulls down here to reduce the strength. Cast on a 10. I can reroll 1 with my book. So, yep, 6, 9, 13. Letting that one go. Yeah, a bit more worried about what's coming next, I guess. Okay, D3. Just reduced it by 1, but it's better than nothing. Okay, and for next spell, going for a 5 dice Pit of Shades down on the big unit of Iron Guts. See if I can destroy some of them. Haven't irresistibled it, which is good. I will reroll. Whoops, the 1. Oh, no. Well, maybe no. It is irresistible. It's off, so at least you can't use your dispel scroll on that. Let's get the template put in place, see how far it scatters. I'm going to be aiming for his head, I think. And it's D6 we scatter, sorry, not an artillery dice. Okay. So 9 models have been hit with this Pit of Shades, including the BSB and the unit champion. Do look out sirs for them, so do you want to roll for the BSB first? Oh no! He is definitely going down. Okay. At least he's got slightly higher initiative than the rest, I guess. And the unit champion, not that you was bothered about him. Yeah, he gets pushed out the way. This guy must have really annoyed somebody standing behind in the back rank. That's clearly what it is. They think he should have been at the front. So, okay, I will grab my dice and I'll roll some initiative tests to see how many are slain. 8 tests at initiative 2 for the first rank and file guys. So there's 3 that managed to avoid it. But that's 5 that are dead. And the significant one, initiative 3, can I kill the BSB? Yes, he's gone as well. Fantastic. That is going to be a panic test for you. And now there's no BSB in that unit. Can you pass it? 9. Yeah, with your General's Leadership 9, you're fine. Highly effective spellcasting there by the Archmage, but at what cost? Because it was, of course, a miscast. Let's see what he's done to himself. 4. Dimensional Cascade. Okay, strength 10 hit for him. And potentially he's going to be removed as a casualty, but I will be getting the Rhinox Riders as well. The explosion has managed to finish off one of the Rhinox Riders, the one who was down onto 2 wounds. That's pretty good. There's no panic for them as they have Frenzy. And the mage himself has suffered a wound from his strength 10 hit, didn't manage to make his ward save. But the significant thing is whether or not he is destroyed. 1, 2, 3, he's dead. Is he going to stay alive? Oh no, he's gone. I mean, it's a pretty epic final act of him to decimate this unit and the BSB, but it's cost him his life. Starting with the combat down here with the Noble and his Griffin. It's the Noble who swings first, hitting on 3s, re-rolling the misses because of his always strikes first. Yeah, and then I'm winning on 2s and strikes 6. That's one that doesn't, but 2 that go through with no save. So we'll keep a little tally going. 2 wounds done so far, and his Griffin has 5 attacks, 4 base, and he has the devastating charge one. So he doesn't have the always strike first, so I'm not re-rolling these, but I'm still hitting on 3s. Bad. And he also gets +1 strength, putting him also on strength 6. So 2s. 1 fails, but that's 3. So that's 5 wounds done in total. Ogres swung back. They had failed their fear test, so they were hitting on 5s. Only got 1 hit and didn't manage to wound, thanks to the toughness 5 being on the Griffin, meaning that they've lost by 6. So you're on a Snake Eyes to try and keep them in the game. Can you do it? No, you got 1-1, and that's a 5. So they're running well outside General's leadership, and the BSB's gone thanks to the Mage. I'll be pursuing them. We'll see how much of an impact the panic has for the rest of the units down on this flank. Lead Belchers were cut down as they fled, but significantly the next unit of Lead Belchers there managed to pass their panic test. Moving on to this combat, and I'm issuing another challenge. You can see my tactics for prolonging this one. It's been answered by the Firebelly, which makes sense, I guess. Don't want to lose the level 4. The Firebelly's already used his breath weapon. He does have your Dispel Scroll, but I don't have a mage, so yeah, makes sense to feed him to me. I might not finish him off, because you are toughness 5, and you have 4 wounds, so I need all of these to go through. So hitting on 3s and re-rolling, because we always strike first, and the higher initiative. Yeah, so I've got all the hits, but now I am wounding on 3s to wound this time. Oh no, that's disappointing. Okay, 2 of the wounds have gone through. There's no ward save for him. We'll let his get him his attacks back. See if I can withstand it. Firebelly has swung back, managed to get 3 hits, but thanks to the enfeebling foe knocking down his strength by a point, you're winning on 4s, so we've only managed to get 2 wounds through. That's all that I have. I have a 4-up save in combat, which is the modifier now because you're only strength 3. So 2 4-ups. Oh, pass 1, fail 1. Okay, so I've got 1 wound left. You've got a strength 3 stomp. Bit of an ignoble way to finish him off in a challenge, but you're an ogre, I guess. Looking for a 4+. Can you get it? It's a 2. No. I live to fight another day. I've lost that combat again, thanks to the ranks and standards and everything. But it doesn't matter. We're in a challenge. I'm unbreakable because I'm in the middle of the battlefield. So that absolute monster is staying there, holding up the whole unit for another turn. That's the end of Elves turn 2. As long as I'm still alive at the end of Ogres turn 2, I've avoided that crushing attacker victory, and then we can keep running around and try not to get squished by anything else. So, come back for Ogres turn 2. Movement is complete for the Ogres on their turn 2, and I think Michelle's getting a bit frustrated with me, to be honest. I don't have much left, but I didn't start with much, did I, to be fair? What I do, I think, is going to be quite difficult to pin down because it's all fast, fast cavalry, flying, etc. So over on this side, the Saber-Tusk and the remaining Rhinox, I've tried to get a bit of a pincer movement going on there, but the Reavers are not going to be staying there, while the Stonehorn has lumbered on forwards. Scrap Launchers lining up for a shot. Lead Belchers, they don't have a bellower, so they couldn't do a swift reform to shoot, and wherever they aim, they can't shoot this turn, and he's not going to be there next turn, so they've reason just to go on towards the middle. Really frustrating for Showa with that misfire on the Iron Blaster, because would have been perfect to get a shot off this turn. That is not going to happen, but he's turned around just to cover that sort of side of the board. And the big unit here, well, not so big anymore, unit of Iron Guts, they came backwards, reasoning there's no point in charging in to this combat here. The Ogres are already winning it on combat res, and there's a challenge going on, so they won't be able to actually make any attacks on him. It's up to the Firebelly to win that fight. And yeah, they don't add anything to it other than tying themselves up, whereas by stepping back, they're hopefully limiting where the the Griffin can fly to. So I need the Griffin to basically not end up in front of a unit of Ogres at the end of my next turn to avoid getting squished. But with that -2 to the leadership, if I stray too far from the deployment zone, I can understand why Shell has done what she's done. So we'll come back for Magic. Okay, in the Magic phase, what are you going first?
Troll Guts on
His own unit, yeah.
unit, 3
Okay,
dances.
cool. What do you want? 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think that's cast. Cast on a 12. No, that's the end of Magic phase. Okay, moving into the shooting phase. There's only one thing which can shoot, which is the Scrap Launcher.
So Scrap Launcher, we're going to go into the middle Reaver.
Okay, let's see how far off he scatters. It's a hit. Brilliant. That's going to be all of them that are hit by that template. It's not particularly strong, but it has Killing Blow. 5 Reavers have been hit. It's only strength 3. That's only my toughness. So wounding on 4s, 6s will activate the Killing Blow. 2 6s and nothing else above a 4. So 2 of them are slain. That is going to put me on a panic test. 9. Please say that that's a pass. That's a fail. I'm off. Oh dear. And I'm going to be running directly away from what's caused me to panic. They're going to be off the board. Yeah, 7 inches. They're gone. That's the Reavers destroyed. Leaving with 2 models left on the board. Thankfully, nothing can happen to the Griffin as it can't be shot. Iron Blaster is still clearing the remnants of the Noblar that clogged it last time. So we will go straight into combat. The challenge is continuing in the middle. So Coral is going to keep swinging. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling misses because of always strike first. Yes. So I've got 4 hits. I'm strength 6, your toughness 5. So on 3s to wound. Just need 2 of these to kill him. Yes. 3 that have gone through. That's the Firebelly slain. He's not going to get any opportunity to attack back. That's another character which Coral has hewn down in front of him. He loses the combat, but they're still unbreakable. And that takes us to the end of turn 2. Turn 3 movement for High Elves is complete. There's only one thing I've got left to move, which is Noble on the Griffin back into the centre. He is just out of the front arc of the Stonehorn, even though it appears to be staring straight at him. It can't see him, so he's safe from a charge from that. The Iron Blasters are preventing a charge from the... Sorry, Lead Belchers are preventing a charge from the Iron Guts. And any overrun from the big unit of Ogres aren't going to get him, so he should still survive another turn, hopefully, maybe, depending how he fares with cannonballs and scrap launchers. There's no magic phase for me, there's no shooting for me, so it's straight back into this combat in the middle. Coral hasn't had his fill yet of slaying Ogres, so I'm going to issue another challenge.
Not accepted. I think this thing needs to be squashed.
Right, so the Slaughtermaster's going to go to the back. Okay, well, Coral's still swinging first. I can re-roll because I always strike first and higher initiative. It's got 3 and strength 6. You are toughness 4, so I'm 2s. Oh, yes. That's 3. You will get parry saves on these. And he saved 1, so that's 2 wounds. And there's the guy on the back that's on 2. He's gone. Get the dice for the Ogre's attack backs. 12 attacks coming back into Coral now, hitting on 4s. And you're back up to full strength. My spell Enfeebling Foe is gone, so strength 4, 3s to wound. Oh. 2?
2.
Okay, it's on a -1, so my 4-up save goes back to 5-up. No, failed both of them. He's finally chopped into the ground. And he's got well more than his points worth, so well done, chap. And that's it. That's the end of my turn 3. Come back for... we'll let them do their reform, and then we'll come back for Ogre's turn 3. Ogre's turn 3, having slain the champion of the Elves, that unit of Ogres took their reform at the end to face towards the Griffin, and this turn have charged in. They couldn't fail the charge. We rolled anyway to check if they got their extra impact hits, and they didn't, so at least that's something for me. And everything else has basically got themselves into a good position to watch. And that's it, really. So we'll do the winds of magic and find out how strong they're blowing. There's a couple of spells which might help tip things in the Ogre's favour for this combat. Yep, do you want to try your channel? Oh, well done. Right, got some spells done. Shell opened up the magic phase by casting Bullgorger on that unit. It's been cast on 20, which puts them up to strength 5, which significantly matches the toughness of the Griffin. The other spell that you're going to do is Troll Guts, isn't it? Which is the defensive one for you. I think for my own preservation, I'm going to have to try and dispel it with my 5. No, not even close. 10, 13, 14. That's gone off. Well done. We'll do the lore attribute for that one. We'll roll and see what you get. Ooh, where's that one gone? Oh, it's a 1. You've taken another hit. I will gladly roll that for you. Yeah, you take the hit. Can you pass it with your ward save? There you go. Yes, you can. Well done. Okay. And the second spell is Troll Guts, I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay. See if you can get that one off. More in awkward place. Yeah, it's cast into it for 12. So Troll Guts is cast as well. We'll do the lore attribute for that one and come back for combat. Okay, starting with the combat, we've got the impact hits from the Ogres to do first, which are now at strength 6, thanks to their rank bonus and the Bullgorger spell. So, I am a ridden monster. Let's randomise and see what you hit. So, they are all on the monster, which is good. You're strength 6, I'm toughness 5. You're looking at 3s to wound. Ooh, 2 of them that go through. I'm not sure what save he has. I don't think he probably has one. And anyway, strength 6. He's not going to have one, so he's taken 2 wounds, and then it's going to be... well, I'm going to issue another challenge. Are you accepting?
Nope.
Okay, I thought you probably wouldn't. Okay, get my attacks back done. Noble and Griffin have struck. Noble didn't manage to do anything. He's only strength 4 now. Griffin has managed to cause 2 wounds, though. It's going through to the parry saves. Can you save them? No, you can't. Good. Take that. 1 ogre's down a wound. And we'll do your fear test now, which we did forget to do earlier. Didn't really matter because of how I was re-rolling anyway. 10. You failed it. Brilliant. That is going to help me. And thanks for the fact your BSB's gone. So, how are you splitting these attacks?
Half and half.
Okay, so I'll do the first ones on the Griffin. Hitting on 5s now because you're only weapon skill 1, so that's 3. It's enough to kill him. He's got, what, 2 wounds left, and your strength 6, toughness 5, so you're looking for 3 pluses. 2 3 pluses, and he's gone. Oh! He's there. He's there on 1 wound left. Okay. What about his rider, though? You've now got 9 attacks coming in on the rider. Again, you're hitting on 5s and 6s because you're weapon skill 1 due to failing that fear test. This time, though, you're wounding me on 2s and then he's toughness 3. Ooh, 2 of them that have gone through. It's straight through to my 4+ ward save. I'm not using your dirty dice. 4+ ward save. Can I keep him alive? Yes, he passes both of them. What an absolute hero. That's the end of combat. There's no stomps or thunder stomps to be done in that one. I got 2 points of combat res for the wounds that I caused. You got 3, 4 for rank, 5 with your standard. You've beaten me by 3. Can I stay? Leadership 9. It's a 6+ to stay here. I've lost the banner, it's worth pointing out, as when the ogres charged in, they had to charge over that flag pole that my army had stuck there, and they're all stayed. At the minute it's contacted, it's destroyed. So I'm no longer unbreakable, I'm no longer immune to psychology and all that. So this is potentially where I turn and flee. Leadership 6. 10. I'm gone. Okay. It's now pretty much guaranteed to be the end of the game because the rules stay. If I don't have any non-fleeing units in my deployment zone, I'm gone. But can you catch me just for your own pride? I take it you are going to be pursuing me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I've made it 8 inches away from you. Can you finish me to a man? 6. No, not quite. He flies away, flying back to the rest of the army to tell him that he's finally been bested. He needs to try and raise the alarm in the next town to see if we can stop this ogre advance. But that's it. It only took 3 turns. High Elf army has been wiped out. It's a victory for the ogres. So the elves only managed to hold on for 3 turns before they were destroyed by this ogre horde. When you look at the 2 armies alongside each other like this, it really isn't that much of a surprise, is it? As I said at the start, it's not by any means a competitive elf army. And if you had 1,000 points of elves to choose from, you probably wouldn't be picking what we've put in it today. But it's what we had ready, and we wanted to show you something different on the channel. So hope you liked it. It was a slightly different battle report to what we'd normally do. At least we got to showcase a big army of ogres and elves getting squished, which even as the elf player, I do like squished elves. Hopefully we'll get them, or more of them, painted up before too long, get some more units that we need in there. If you've got any tips for building an elf army, and some must also include units, etc., please let me know, as neither myself nor Jay nor Michelle have played elves before. So we will gladly learn from you. I hope that you enjoyed that battle report and it was something a little bit different. As always, please like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content coming your way soon.